Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Asker Fallman and I'm in it for the money. Please subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost you anything, but it has value to me. Now in this video, I'm gonna actually predict the price of Bitcoin. It's a kind of a crazy endeavor, but I'm gonna try and do it nonetheless. So a couple hours ago, I stumbled on an article on the Merkle, and I guess it said 9 industry experts share their future Bitcoin price predictions. I read all of them and I must say I'm not really impressed. So here's the article I was talking about. Let's just have a quick look at the various predictions here. So first off, Kane Warwick believes, these are all 2020 price predictions. He believes in a price of $76,000 per Bitcoin. Michael Lala, 6 digits in 2020. So that's quite bullish. Ted O'Neill, 75,000 at the end of 2020. John Mullen, entirely possible to reach above 25K. Flavina Savcheva, 50 grand by 2020. Mark Smargan, 25 grand. Alex Mashinsky, a 6.52 times 7 increase in price over a 3-year period. That's not very bullish in my mind. And Mitch Liu, surpass 100,000. Sounds sensible. Finally, Navid Habib, somewhere between 25 grand and 35,000. Now, one thing all these predictions have in common is that they all believe that Bitcoin will go up from its current price level, and here's the current price level. So let's just look at the last year. Roughly speaking, 1 year ago, price was about $760, and very roughly speaking, that's a 1500% raise. Let's look at the 3-month. 4.5 grand up to 12. That's very roughly speaking 300%. Let's look at the 1 month. Very roughly speaking, this is about 60%. And finally, let's just have a look at the last week. Very roughly speaking, 20%. Now, if we know that the growth over the past year, and just look at the last part of this 1-year period, if we know that there was a total gain of 1,500%, and we also believe that the price is going to go up. Now, why would we assume that it's only going to go up to, say, 25 grand at the end of 2020? I really don't see the logic in that. A lot of people talk about a possible correction coming, and obviously that correction, there's just bound to be a correction at some point. Let's just, for the sake of this example, pretend like Bitcoin is going to go up a little longer, 15,000, and then a correction is going to happen, and that correction is going to be massive. It's going to be a 75% correction. So let's punch those numbers in. 15,000, 25%. This is after the correction. This would be the value saved. So 1 year later, times 15, 1,500% gain. So in 1 year, if we get a correction and if we get the same growth as we saw in 2017, in 1 year, 1 Bitcoin would be roughly $56,000. Okay, so let's say this happens again. We have another correction, another 75% drop, so it's down to $14,000. And the subsequent year, we have a 1,500% gain. Then that leaves us with a price at, roughly speaking, $211,000. Actually, I decided I didn't want to make a 2020 price prediction, but I guess I ended up, if you do want a prediction from me for 2020, this is my prediction. For the near future, however, I think we're going to see a price of around $15,000, and it's probably going to happen before Christmas. Now, there is a thing called the pre-holiday effect in trading. This is obviously an observed effect from the traditional stock market, but like very roughly speaking, the theory behind this effect is that traders are lightening up their holdings, they're selling prior to the 3-day holiday in order to avoid any unexpected bad news. This is before Christmas, and I do consider this being highly likely that people are going to sell right in the anticipation of this upcoming Christmas. Now, it may seem absurd to many people that Bitcoin can just keep going up, achieve possibly, potentially a several trillion-dollar market cap, but there are at least one good reason why I think this could be the case. Let's just look at this side. Mind you, this is a government site. This is an official U.S. Government site. And why we're looking at this? Because here is an interesting number. The total public debt outstanding. Currently, the U.S. owes, roughly speaking, $20.5 trillion. That's public debt, federal debt, basically. Quite disturbing, and also one of the reasons why many people in this crypto sphere and also outside of the crypto sphere do believe that we could see an impending fiat crash, in which case Bitcoin really could see some potentially very, very interesting and favorable gains. Let's say there is no correction. Let's say the growth continues as it has been over the past month, which was roughly speaking 60%, and this is how we get 60%. This would be the value in 1 month's time from now. Of course, we should probably consider the Christmas period as well. But let's just say this is the case. Let's say this happens. Let's say there's another 15x in the course of this would be the price in 1 year, following that logic, and in 2 years, $5 million per Bitcoin. I'm not sure I actually believe that's going to happen. I do believe that we may not be in a bubble right now, but at some point, if the growth keeps happening at the same pace it has been so far, at least recently, we will probably end up in some type of bubble and there will be a massive correction. But honestly, I think that's a good way down the road before that happens. Also, I do want to say the fact that the US owes roughly $20 trillion isn't necessarily a guarantee that Bitcoin will go up. Honestly, if the whole fiat system crashed, I could easily see some people sell their Bitcoin. I'm not sure what they would sell it for, but it could be all sorts of things, really. Other people would live off Bitcoin, and possibly Bitcoin would be a much safer investment that fiat, if fiat really crashes. It is a little disturbing to look at this number, but the exact consequences of say, for instance, if the debt ceiling isn't increased, obviously there would be some sort of crash, financial crash in the US, and that would definitely also spread to the rest of the industrialized world. But how that would affect Bitcoin is actually a topic for another video. It's a very interesting topic, but let's just do this. It just passed $12,000. Great. One of the reasons I love crypto. I can't really escape the feeling that these 9 so-called industry experts transfer some of their knowledge about the traditional financial system and try and use that understanding to predict the price of Bitcoin. As we all know, in crypto world, things just happen at a different pace. Different rules apply. Some of the rules do apply, others don't at all. And one of the rules that clearly doesn't apply here is the growth. That's it for now, ladies and gentlemen. If you're interested in my free investment report, please follow the instructions below this video. For now, remember, there are no guarantees in crypto, only opportunity. Thanks for watching. In it for the money.